There is a level of discipline that stops being impressive. You've seen it. That person who operates like a machine. They don't have good days. They don't have bad days. They just have days. While you are still negotiating with your alarm clock, they have already finished their work. People whisper about them. They say, "That's not healthy," or "That's obsessive." They are wrong. It isn't obsession. It is Gyoji. This is an ancient system designed by Zen monks to remove the human element from the equation entirely. It turns effort into existence. It's about structure so rigid that failure becomes mathematically impossible. Today, we aren't just building a habit. We are killing the part of you that loves to quit. Before we surgically remove your weakness, subscribe to the channel. Let's see who is actually ready to evolve. Chapter 1. The Glitch. Let's look at a case study. Let's call him Marcus. Marcus was a high-functioning failure. Intelligent, but completely unreliable. He had a graveyard of started projects coding, gym, business and 0 finished ones. His brain had a fatal flaw, the negotiation circuit. Monday, 100% motivation. Wednesday, I'll do double tomorrow. Friday, silence. Marcus tried motivation, but motivation is biological, and biology always seeks comfort. He was fighting a losing war because he had too much freedom. He had the freedom to say no. He didn't understand why a monk can stare at a white wall for 20 years. He thought they had superpowers. They don't. They just remove the option of choice. Marcus realized his problem wasn't laziness. It was that his commitment was negotiable. Chapter 2. The death of privacy. In the monastery, there is no private failure. There is only public shame. When a monk commits, he commits to the community. If you fail in secret, your primitive brain feels safe. But if you fail in public, that triggers a survival threat. Marcus weaponized this. He stopped writing goals in a diary. He wrote a contract. I will code every day at 5 a.m. for 90 days. Or I will donate $1,000 to a political cause I hate. Suddenly, the cost of laziness wasn't just guilt. It was financial ruin. Waking up at 5 a.m. wasn't about discipline anymore. It was about survival. He didn't wake up motivated. He woke up terrified. He hacked his own panic response. He made the pain of quitting greater than the pain of working. Every day, he had to post proof. The social pressure became his fuel. Chapter 3. The decision vacuum. Once the pressure was set, he needed a time. Marcus chose 5 a.m., not because he liked mornings, but because the world was dead. Amateurs ask, when can I fit this in? Pros ask, what time does the train leave? If you decide when to work out every day, you burn mental energy before you even start. By week 2, the negotiation in his brain went silent. The alarm rang, and his body moved automatically. He moved the habit from the decision-making part of his brain to the automatic part. He wasn't deciding to code. He was just coding. The path was clear. Chapter 4. The monotony filter. Here is where most people fail. They get bored. They think, I've mastered this. Let's switch it up. No. Variety is the enemy of mastery. Variety is a crack where weakness seeps back in. The routine must be absolute. Same chair, same playlist, same coffee mug. Marcus's friends said, "You're acting like a robot." Marcus smiled. That was the point. When you remove the novelty, you are left with the raw craft. By week 6, he wasn't trying to focus. He entered a flow state within 30 seconds. Pavlovian conditioning. Chapter 5. The binary code. Then came day 42. Sickness, fever. The old Marcus would have said, I need to rest. The zero-gap system says, there are no gaps. A gap is a signal to your brain that the habit is optional. The river doesn't stop flowing during a drought. It just gets shallow. Marcus couldn't code for an hour. So he wrote one single line of code. It took 30 seconds. Technically, he showed up. Psychologically, he remained unbroken. Never let the zero appear on the scoreboard. Keep the chain alive at all costs. Chapter 6. The if-then algorithm. Discipline is not about strength. It's about prediction. Most people are ambushed by life. Marcus wrote a failure algorithm. If I travel, then I wake up early. If I'm tired, then I do 10 minutes. He pre-solved the problems while he was calm, so he didn't have to think when he was stressed. When his internet cut out, he didn't panic. He just opened a textbook. The storm raged, but the structure stood firm. He became an operator, not a victim. Chapter 7. The Transformation. Day 90 arrived. Marcus had completed the cycle. He hadn't just learned it to code, he had rewired his nervous system. And here is the dark truth. People stopped relating to him. They looked at him with a mix of respect and unease. They said he had changed. Good. You were supposed to change. The practice didn't just give him a skill. It gave him a new identity. He was no longer a guy trying to learn code. He was a coder. The difference isn't in what you do. It's in who you are. This system isn't for everyone. It requires you to treat your old self as an enemy that must be defeated. But if you can survive the boredom, the pain, and the judgment, you will reach a state where success is just a side effect of who you are. We are building an army of the disciplined. Comment below. I am the system. Lock it in. This is the zero gap. See you in the work.